We're back with another What I Decluttered this month. My mom, Kathy, is here.
Hello.
Kathy.
Today, I am decluttering my gigantic Keurig coffee maker.
Bye-bye.
Tell
us why.
Yeah, it's one of those deals that buying those little pods, every box was about $50, get it in the mail. I mean, it's just ridiculous. It was good, and we enjoyed it at first. It was kind of a novelty, but we've had that maybe 5 years
or longer.
Yeah.
I think longer.
We got full use out of it, but then I decided after camping, when I used the coffee press, I go, ooh, this fresh coffee is so nice.
And then way better.
Yeah. And then we went out and bought a 1999 little tiny cup drip coffee maker, and we've been using that.
Way better.
So I'm getting rid of this big thing. I've been storing it in my closet for about, I guess after
about a year.
About a year. Yeah, it's been about a year.
Because you said maybe you would want to use it again.
Right.
And this is just my own personal thing. I just can't stand the way this type of coffee pod thing tastes.
Yeah, it's kind of weak.
Yeah, it's very weak.
Yeah.
And then you were doing the biodegradable pods, so it wasn't like it was wasteful, but just
They were the eco-friendly ones, trying to not put the plastic into the landfills. And the little coffee pot that goes with it, I'm going to take it to the thrift store, and somebody will want it.
And a quick thing is this actually freed up a lot of room on your counter.
On the counter, and then when I was storing it in the closet for a year, the more space, I cut double the space.
Yeah. So awesome.
Yeah. Okay.
Hopefully somebody who likes these will find it.
Someone will be happy to get it.
Works good.
Bye, Keurig. I also went through my closet recently.
If you haven't been here and you're new to the channel, my mom, Kathy, has been decluttering for
5 or 6 years now. Yeah, for a while.
And you keep up on it, and every once in a while you go through and surprise me by finding even more.
I know. These blouses are, I think, a year old. They're actually very cheap t-shirts I had gotten last year for 4th of July.
Because you couldn't find anything at the time.
Right. So
I remember.
These were like $5 each. I've got 4 or 5 of them. And I wore them that year off and on, but they kept shrinking, or I'm growing, one or the other. But anyways, I'm not going to store them anymore.
Yeah.
So those are going.
We recently had some major changes with Levi's room, going from baby to big boy room. So that, of course, is a great time to dig in and see what we no longer need.
Right.
And I'm going to start with the diaper bag. We didn't really use this all that much.
Right.
For one, we don't go all that many places. And to any new moms out there, I just want to say that a lot of the time diaper bags are completely overrated, and you can just use a bag you already have, a backpack you already have.
Yeah.
But I, of course, went out and got this one. It was affordable, but we just didn't really use it. It was kind of small, so I'm letting this one go. Along with the diaper bag I had found this diaper changing mat thingy. I think this at the secondhand store. It's really soft on one side, plastic on the other. And I think this was from the secondhand children's store. And I loved this. So if you find one of these, this was good.
It's a changing mat.
Changing mat, really good, but no longer needed. The funny thing about decluttering the diaper bag is I went through the diaper bag to make sure there was nothing important in there, and I found a spoon that should have been decluttered probably 2 years ago, and a burp cloth that also could have gone a long time ago. I also took the opportunity to go through his drawers and just find some things that aren't fitting. A big thing that's going, which is kind of nice.
Pass it by.
Yeah.
We'll hold it.
Is the pack and play.
Pack and play.
And it's funny because this is the type of stuff that you normally store in a garage or in a closet or something where you don't get
grandma's house.
A grandma's house. something you don't see all the time.
Right.
And when I was switching from the crib to the big boy bed, I just was racking my brain. What are all the things that we might have here and there that can go? And then this popped in my head, and I thought, we'll never use this because
he doesn't even fit in this.
He doesn't need it.
Even diagonally, he couldn't even fit.
Yeah. So this is going. I'm super happy that it's going to one of my neighbors who has borrowed it a few times in the past for family visiting, and she said she'll take it and use it. So I'm super happy about that.
Yeah.
And then one tip I have is always think about when you're decluttering something, what goes with that.
Okay.
So where can you go from there? And I found the sheets.
Yes, that'll be convenient for her too.
The sheets that go with the pack and play.
We'll put them in the zipper.
So the whole thing is going to my friend and neighbor, and I always love when
I know
I can pass it on to someone who can use it.
I know, it's a good feeling.
It's a good feeling, definitely. Since this What I Decluttered pile was a little bit small this month, I really wanted to answer a question that one of you had asked from a previous video. She said, I often find after decluttering some things that my to sell pile ends up becoming yet another problem. A new pile of stuff waiting around to be sold. Yeah. Sometimes in today's economy, it's hard to sell collectibles. My question is, how do you or your mom deal with the selling issues? I'm not looking for an eBay how-to answer, but rather, can you talk about the process? Do you designate a time limit to list things? ? What happens if you can't move them? I find I get horribly stuck with this. Selling, reselling can often lead to new piles of clutter. Yeah. It's an endless cycle. Okay, so I thought that was such a great question that I screenshotted it and I wanted to answer it. And I think this is the perfect video.
Yeah. Well, I've definitely had that problem over and over because there are things I feel are so valuable and important that I want to, try to get the money out of it first. And I will go on Etsy and eBay and try to see if it's actually worth something. If the thing is only like $5 or $10, even $20, and there's a whole bunch of them out there for sale, I've come across that a lot, then I'll just give it to the thrift store because I know they can sell it. But I have kept things for a while. A couple times I've put things back in my china cabinet or in the storage, and then I've come across it later and known that I didn't need it and I took it out. But
it's the shifting of things.
Yes, but that pile that you're talking about, I've had that so many times in my office sitting there in a box. And so I would just, and what I do now is I look at it and then I see if anybody else wants it that I know, and then I just take it to the thrift store because I know that they sell stuff. They have a certain section where they sell nicer things or they have a lot of collectibles in that thrift store. So I just cut the ties with it if I've decided I don't want it anymore. Yeah. But don't keep it too long because you're right. That's another pile and irritation.
Yeah, it is. And I feel like the longer it sits there, the bigger it becomes in your head. Like it's harder to deal with. You're thinking, oh, I got to deal with that. And it becomes such an eyesore that you just can't avoid seeing it. And where do you put it? And it just delays the whole process by a lot.
I would set up a timeline on it, give it a week, give it 2 weeks, whatever. Yeah. And then just give it somewhere. Just give it away for free so it doesn't bother you.
At some point, we have to decide if it's worth the mental energy to continue to look at those things and think about them and wonder, when will I have the time? Is it worth it? And I know for you, a lot of it wasn't even about the money. It was more about you wanted to find someone, like the perfect person for that item. Yeah. Even if the item was as simple as like a pin, like a racing pin.
Right.
Or like a collectible racing pin, you would say, oh, I can't throw it away. Yeah. Or I can't give it away.
Right.
And you just wanted to make sure it got to the right person.
Right.
And I feel over time, you've changed.
Yes, because it takes a lot of energy to sell on eBay and Etsy. And I mean, it really does. You have to photograph it, investigate it, deal with people.
Right.
Sometimes I've sold t-shirts like, oh, this has a little hole in it. And I go, well, send it back and I'll give you your money back. And they go, oh, no, I would like a discount. I go, no, just send it back. I'll give you your money back. And they go, oh, never mind.
It's frustrating, especially when you're selling. You're selling vintage items that you've taken photos of. And that is a huge process, like the photos, the listing. And then you've almost created another problem.
And something else to deal with on a large level. Then you have to track it and follow up on it and ship it. So
that's taking your clutter, which was a problem. You've now put it into a pile. You've created another problem with a whole mental energy around.
Right.
And I agree. That is so hard. I think for sure giving it a time limit. Like if I don't deal with these items in 3 months' time, I'm just going to box it all up and give it away.
I've done that.
And even if you give it to a museum or something, like you've given.
I've contacted, like for my mother-in-law's school yearbooks from the 1920s. I contacted the town and said, I have these, and they were happy to get it. I sent it to them and they were thrilled to get them. So if it's old, you might want to investigate where it came from and offer that to a heritage society or something. So Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm excited that we were able to answer that.
Yeah.
Because I thought that was such a great question. If you have any other questions that you would like us to answer, please leave a comment below and let us know if you want us to keep doing these What I Decluttered in the month videos. We don't have as much stuff.
I know, but we run across stuff every once in a while like this, like today. There's always something that comes up.
Yeah. A lot of the time now, I've really been in the habit of the second I find something, I put it in the bag and then I drop it off. So I haven't been keeping things.
Right.
But this was a big enough pile, and then you had your stuff, and I thought, let's just talk about it.
Yeah.
Well, I hope that this was inspiring, and I hope you have a great day. Thank you for being here, and see you in the next one.
Bye-bye.
Bye.